Hello, and welcome back to the channel. I'm from Big Z, and welcome back to episode 30 of my challenge series on Mars the Mission. We pick right back up in October. We just finished dropping off the last bit of silage into our BGA, and we're just looking to get a few things done, put away, before we get to the big project of the episode. Harvesting 30 acres of corn off of our 2 cubes and 2 box fields. So yeah, things are looking good. However, I woke up early at 7 a.m. in game, of course, and I did realize that our BGA needs a little bit of fixing. I know I mentioned it last episode that there was a bottleneck, and I'm thinking that we now need to fix and solve that bottleneck issue. I was looking around real quick, and I'll show you guys maybe later, maybe now, we'll see. But we need to get that generator a little more powerful, make it a bit more efficient. I'm still kind of torn on it, to be honest. But what I'm feeling like right now is that getting a bigger generator would solve all of our issues. So I am gonna wait until the BGA is completely empty before making any changes, but that is the direction that I'll be going into. We still have pigs that we need to start, but that will produce even more slurry, requiring even more of a BGA presence. So I just want to get that out of the way and have that be something we're not worrying about as the episodes and the years roll through. Oh, we need to go sell some milk and cheese. Okay, yeah, before we start harvesting corn, let's get the cheese and the milk sold. Let's see if I can jump over here, jump down here. And let's pull up this page for now. What was that? Seeds, yeah. Turn seeds off. Okay, so let's try to find a straightaway, one that is not occupied by Marty, and one we might just have to squeeze by, because I know our corn harvester is primed and set up down there. So let's see if I can sneak by Marty without causing any damage. Should be plenty of room, or not plenty, but should be enough room. And let's get this 29,000 liters of butter sold. Okay, hit the straightaway, activate cruise control. Now let's take a look at our BGA. So there's been some time since things have started to run, but one of the other issues was that this fermentation residue was fully locked up, fully full, and it was causing the silage and the liquid manure, the slurry process, to also halt. Now I can start that back up. It was empty overnight, but other things were jamming it up. So we still have silage that we are throwing down and getting produced into the BGA. Let's sell this butter. Let's call it $56,000 sold from butter. Not too bad. Next one. Actually, I'll scoot right back by... No. I'll go here because I need to drop this off in front of the eggs. So this should be plenty of room. And let's do a little bit more distracted driving. Okay, so I believe if I can get a bigger generator, right now we have a small generator and there is a large one available. That will allow me to keep this going 24/7, and I might even be able to have more product flowing through, not just a larger holding area, but also a larger recipe. I'll have to wait and see on that, but either way, wow, that is flying down now. See, this is why I think sometimes I don't want to do it, because I guess there isn't, who knows, but that's what I'm going to do. Just get it a little out of the way, put my mind at ease, and not have to worry about micromanaging that BGA while I'm doing other things so often. Let's lower this for later. And we're just gonna drop it off here real quick. Let's get all of these unstrapped. At some point down the road, I'm gonna have to come back and start loading eggs. It is a good call that we chose to move those because we have new eggs spawning in its place. So the production system is non-stop. We gotta make that money. We got to push this as high as we can. Not as high as we can. I shouldn't say that, because I'm not too worried about making maximum profits. Once again, once I finish this series, is the excess money that I make from it, which I would assume to be somewhere in the, let's say the $4 million range. I will be taking that and throwing it into my next series in one way or another. So let's get this milk topped up and let's start selling it. Food is looking good in the automatic robot feeder. Everything should be good with all of our animals. Nothing that needs to be taken care of right now. Yeah, I'm gonna haul this 32,000 liters of milk over to the export. Actually, before, I haven't even been checking where I just put everything in the export. Export to Earth, Mars Bakery, so those are both mine. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep pushing everything towards Earth. I'm gonna get this done. I think it's gonna take another 3 trips to get it all empty. But I'll join back up with you all shortly. Before I do, let's take a quick look at that animal pen with the cows. So there's 50,000 there, another 50,000 there. So that's going to take, yeah, another 4-ish, maybe just 3, depending on how empty I want to drag them. And I'll join back up with you guys, like I was saying, once I get this all sold. We're currently sitting at $1.85 million. Let's see if we can hit that $2 million mark before we start harvesting corn. I'll be right back. Okay, this is our 4th and final load we'll be selling back down to Earth. And unfortunately, it started raining literally 2 minutes ago. I was not expecting rain. I should have checked the weather, but I was not looking at that. So it is raining. Let's see how long will it be raining. Oh, jeez. It's 9 o'clock now. We're going to have 3 more, so 4 full hours of rain. Rain should be done by 1. That is going to put a little hindrance in my plan for today. Shouldn't be the end of the world, but I'll definitely have to figure out what I'll do in the meantime. Okay, so boom, another 43 plus 5.5. So yeah, we've been making roughly 48.5 thousand per full 32 liters of milk. And the first price we had was the best, and then it's slowly dropped over the next 3 loads. There is still a little bit of milk in one of these cow pens. Yeah, this one has 5,000, and this one, yeah, should be empty. We're gonna have to move some of that, because I don't really want to drive 5,000 liters, and we are comfortably well over our $2 million goal. But yeah, so we're gonna move roughly 5, maybe 6-ish, depending if any extra milk spawns in the next few moments over to our dairy. I don't know how long this 5,000 liters of milk will last, but we'll make the most of it, and if anything, I'm sure by time the dairy production is empty, I'm sure some more milk will be ready to be moved over. Okay, so that is the empty one, and it is properly empty. Yeah, 5,700 liters of milk remain. So we'll get this dropped off, and now that it's raining, I guess we can do a bit more BGA work. Just loading it up with any of the products we have until the rain has ceased. I guess we can also move some eggs. Might be a hodgepodge of things we're going to be doing. Wool is still looking pretty good. They're about halfway full, just over halfway full. Another second stack can stack on each of those sheep pens. But yeah. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, and I was going to maybe do this a little later, but since it's raining, I might as well take care of it now. The big elephant in the room. Farm Sim 25 has been announced. Yeah, has been officially announced. Release date November 12th of this year, 2024, and that is good. Now, I don't want to say I have mixed feelings about the game or about its release, but I am definitely excited and a little worried. So I guess, yeah, mixed feelings by definition. So, I'm excited for Farm Sim 25 to come out. It looks pretty good. Mind you, they haven't released a ton at this point. At the time of this recording, we are just, I think, a few days after its announcement, and then of time of this video being released, will probably be about a week, maybe two, but about a week since its announcement. So hopefully some new information comes out soon. Either way, we still have a few months, 6 months or so. 6 months or so? No, not that many. We're currently in June. This might get released early July. Let's call it all July, all August, September, October, and then midway through November is when we're expecting the game to be released. But yeah, so I am excited. We have 4 or 5-ish months until the game comes out, and definitely until we hear some more good news about it. And the only thing that I am worried about is, mind you, I've never played true vanilla brand new FS22. I can't truly remember when I started playing Farm Sim, but either way, by the time I got in, there were mods available. I think I might have done a few games here or there, just kind of getting the gist of everything true vanilla, but it was only about, let's say, a few weeks, if not that, a month, until I was fully rolling with mods, even if they were small, just some implements and additional tractors and equipment, before diving into a lot more of the gameplay mods. I've always played on PC, and that's the way I will probably always play. So I've had a pretty good availability of mods to me. Now, the issue with Farm Sim 25, the only issue I have, is that I just don't know how quickly mods will be coming out for it, and I guess more importantly, I don't know how the game will play, of course, on its launch, on its debut. I trust Giants, I really do, and I think Giants is the developer, whereas Epic Games is the distributor or the company that releases it. Either way, I have faith in both of them. However, video games and newer video games have a really bad track record nowadays of promising one thing in its initial announcement and then falling well short of that. I know we can all think of way back when Grand Theft Auto, that was a pretty half-baked game. Then there's even things that are a bit more egregious, like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk was a game that was not ready for release, and I pre-ordered and I bought it. and I played it on day one, and it was doable, but it was not the most enjoyable. I will be pre-ordering Farm Sim at some point. I don't know what version of the game I'll be getting, whether it will be the Season Pass one or just the regular game, but that is coming soon, and that is something I am soon to be excited about. The only other issue, before I get to some of the good things, is that with my new controller that I plan on getting soon, I just don't know how that's going to match up and how that's going to work and react with the new version of Farm Sim. Like I mentioned before, I've been looking around for a new controller setup, and I want something with steering wheels, a gas brake, and maybe even clutch pedal combination, and then some type of side accessory panel, whether it be something like the Logitech side panel or Ori's side panel. I know that Thrustmaster makes a pretty good farm stick, I think it's called. And although it's not as buttony, there are some real good reviews on that by a lot of creators and a lot of people making content out there. So it's one of those things where, although I do plan on getting the Ori, I don't know how that's going to play with the new Farm Sim. So I'll be keeping my eye out and keeping my ear up for any new details of how that will tie in and how that will play with the new version of the game. Now on to the good things. One of the things that I think Farm Sim will be able to deliver straight out the jump is some type of mods that have been pretty prominent in the game. So for example, I am a user of precision farming. I'm using it now, and essentially all my games I use it as well. So precision farming is a consistent in my Farm Sim experience, and I think that's something that they'll be able to bake straight into the game on release. Additionally, stuff like GPS is something I think that they'll be able to do. And then something I've been trying to figure out a fix for, but I've been unable to, is what I'm looking at right now. The tractor's display. Ideally, I would play Farm Sim kind of like this. No HUD or very little HUD if I could choose what I wanted. Maybe the top right corner showing the date, time, money, things like that. But ideally, very little HUD, and I would just use any monitors or screens in the tractor to show me what's going on. So for example, here we can see in the smaller, almost iPhone sized looking device, you can see the revs per minute. That's up there almost at 2000, fluctuating between 1900. And then we can see our speed currently at 52.9, so 53 kilometers per hour. But outside of that, our other screen shows some of that same information, but it doesn't give me anything else. I guess the time is there. If I start indicating, no, my indicators are not shown anywhere. Maybe somewhere else? But either way, I'm looking to be able to control and at least see what my vehicle is doing at all times. Now I know some of it may be a bit of an ask. Let's get that there. That should be close enough. Yeah. I know some of it may be a bit of an ask, because like realistically, if this tractor is connected to that tank through a dolly, what are the chances that the tractor will be able to read how much quantity we have in the tank? Sure, that's fine. But something like a harvester, and maybe I'll bring it up and I'll show you an example of what I mean exactly once we start harvesting corn. I am very confident that some of the big brands, Case, John Deere, etc., they know exactly how much weight or how much product is in the harvester. Let me turn that back on. Okay, we are good to go. They even show you things like moisture levels, all sorts of things. So I hope that this screen here can be a bit more useful to us once the game Farming Sim 25 comes out. I think that's about it. Outside of that, it looks like a good game. Visually, graphics will be improved from 22 to 25, and that's expected. But outside of that, it's just realistically waiting to see what type of mods or what type of baked in-game features there are. I know a lot of people have been talking about dynamic ground and dynamic weather. That's something I've also hoped and wished for myself. And once again, I think that's something that can be built in by Giants on release day. How well it will work, how stable the game will be, we'll have to wait and see. But Farm Sim 25 is coming soon, November 12th, 2024. And I am happy and excited for it. Okay, I'm gonna get the rest of my BGA things up and running. I'm gonna get the last bit of slurry. This should be the last of it, I hope. But I'm gonna get the last bit of this slurry collected. I'm gonna get the manure out of that pit and started, yeah. That's not even worth driving over there for. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that there. Nope. Let's leave the entire thing, okay. I will move some manure and I'll rinse my bin out after I use it, because that's gross putting manure in with your corn. But yeah, I'm going to get some of these things moved over, and I'll be back after the rain has stopped, and once we are good to go, harvest some corn. Okay, so unfortunately, this is where we are now. It is getting late and I was trying to push as far as I could, but the rain has once again begun. It's almost 10 o'clock and for some reason I wasn't truly tracking the rain that was supposed to be coming in, and I was going to push pretty late into the night trying to get this corn harvested, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to leave it here for today. Let's just get this boom out. Where is my boom? Oh, I can kind of see it there. Yeah, we're unloading. Okay. So yeah, the rain has started, so we must stop. I even got a short message that popped up on my screen saying, "Hey, harvesting in the rain reduces the yield of crops." So I was not very happy, but let's get everything all closed down, out of the rain. What is that light in here? I don't know what that was, but either way. I forgot to show. So one of the things I wanted to mention was to tie on from one of the points I said, hopefully FS25 will be able to fix. is a screen like this. So this screen is not the most useful. I wish it could actually give me information as to what's going on behind me in the crop tank. Even like the speed, like if I go into HUD off mode, I don't even have the speed of my tractor, which I find kind of ridiculous. I understand FS22, it's been out for a few years now, blah 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 blah, but I just wish some of this was a bit more hands-on. Even if I could like click some of these tabs and cycle through the screen, that'd be pretty cool. But we're gonna leave it here for now. I'm gonna come by tomorrow. Get back inside. I'm gonna come by tomorrow, and I'm going to and I'm gonna finish up harvesting in September, October, November. What else do we have to do in November? November. Is anything selling in November? Yes, eggs. Eggs sell in November. So I'll sell my eggs. I will finish harvesting my corn, and we will keep pressing on. I probably won't swing back in and record that episode. Realistically, it's just going to be me, like I said, selling eggs, finishing up a small field, and maybe getting to some liming. Either way, I hope you're all having a great day. I'm Farmer Bigsy, and I'll see you guys all next episode.